I didn't realize that one of the greatest quotes of all time is actually paraphrased from the Bible. And so today I'm going to focus on quotes from Spider-Man. And the first one is the one that actually is the summary from Luke chapter 12, verse 48. The actual words are, "From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked." And so this quote actually ties in with Uncle Ben and what he says to Peter throughout the movie: with great power comes great responsibility. And that just struck me as being so amazing and so powerful that one of the best known quotes from a superhero movie happens to come from Spider-Man and is tied into the Bible. So right now I just had a brainstorm and I wrote down a number of things. I'm probably going to try to clean this up, but I felt it was important to get it out. So when you think about with great power comes great responsibility, some of the reflections I had are: who are you? What is your essence? How would people describe you to others? Are you a person who stands in your character? Are you a person who goes along with the flock? Are you willing to stand up for what you believe in? And would God be proud of your character, values, morals, and what you harbor within your heart? And he often mentions how important your heart is and how it's the greatest thing that you have to offer to others. And yeah, that's something that really struck me as powerful. So I'll come back to that again later. The next quote that I want to talk about from Spider-Man, and this one is from Peter Parker: "I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest and gives us strength." And so in regards to this, I was thinking about how for years I have seen the light and the strength that other people carry, and it's what I have focused in on, and not realizing and really recognizing my own strengths and talents and standing in them. So are you willing to recognize your own strengths and talents and use them to the fullest of your abilities? Since there is a hero in all of us, have you tapped into your inner hero? And then, going real deep, can you save you from yourself? Yeah. Oftentimes we have a lot going on in our head and are kind of at war within ourselves. But can you save you from yourself? Are you ready to be your own hero? Don't count on somebody else coming in to swoop in and save the day for you, right? So Um, yeah, can you be in your full power, and can you recognize that you have that power within you? Are you willing to be quiet and patient and develop your inner strength and courage? What potential lies within you? And also, can you be a hero for others? Can you lead the way? Can you be a role model? Can you face your own fears? Are you willing to be the light? Are you willing to be the blueprint? Are you willing to be different? Are you willing to be yourself? The next quote from Spider-Man comes from Mary Jane Watson. And she said, "Being a hero doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you move forward despite the fear." Yeah, this is one that I'm personally coming more and more to terms with. And I have had to move myself out of a lot of different fears and trust in God and trust that things were going to work out for me. So some questions that I jotted down for self-reflection purposes that I hope might help you too. And again, the quote was, "Being a hero doesn't mean you're fearless. It means you move forward despite the fear." Do you have faith and conviction? Are you willing to take the next step, even when you can't see beyond it? Do you trust God? Are you going to remain stagnant and comfortable? Oops, sorry. Let me do that one again. Are you going to remain stagnant and comfortable where you're at? Or are you willing to take some risks and make some changes in order to grow and be more successful? Are you willing to tackle challenges, or do you run from them? And then I thought, well, what's the worst that can happen? Failure. Looking like an idiot. Yeah, that's happened before. So what do you do when that happens? What have I done? You pick yourself back up again and you keep moving on and you start all over again. So what if we start recognizing that we have unlimited potential? On a personal note, I realized the last few years here that over my lifetime, I took on too many identities of how other people perceived me. And consequently, that led to my own self-imposed limitations. Think about how you identify yourself? And are those actually your identities? Or is that what somebody has projected onto you? And maybe it was through fear or jealousy or anger or I don't know. Maybe somebody, oops, sorry, there was a little spider, gave you an identity that really didn't belong to you, but you took it and held on to it. And maybe you need to let that go. That's something that I've had to learn the hard way to do myself. That a number of people throughout my life sort of pigeonholed me and looked at me a certain way, and I allowed that identity to become part of me, and I allowed it to limit me. But I am releasing that, and I am uncovering and discovering my self-worth and who I am and who I'm meant to be. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be when I grow up. Okay. Let's see here. The last quote from Spider-Man, and this one comes from Peter Parker as well. Sometimes the right choice is the hardest one to make, but it's still the right choice. So, are you going to stick to your word, to your character? Do you put your values into practice? When things get hard, do you go along with the crowd, or do you blaze your own trail? Listen to your gut, your instincts, your intuition. That's how some of the greatest, most creative, and most inspiring people live. Remember, without risk, there is no reward. So, are you willing to be unapologetically you and stand in your authenticity? A lot of these have been personal lessons for me and things that I'm still learning. So, how does this all tie together? Well, let me go back. With great power comes great responsibility. This is from Luke chapter 12, verse 48. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. With great power comes great responsibility. Are you willing to give your time, effort, talents, wealth, and opportunities in service of God and to benefit others? Are you willing to hear God's call, step up, and share your knowledge, resources, and His divine authority with the world? There's one last quote that I want to tie in with this. And this one comes from Romans chapter 12, verses 6 through 8. In regards to spiritual gifts, Paul said, we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Are you willing to share your time, your talents, and your effort and opportunities with others? Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Are you willing to rise and stand in your power? Take care, because we've got this.